Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin, and this is Salsa Garden, which it looks like it's had a little too much partying. It's had a lot of fun being completely on its own, but there are plenty of things to be harvested in here. This cauliflower is going pink. Well, there's this one too, but I had other one in here going pink. This is why I've been holding out hope. I've been wishing the heads would get a little bigger. They're not really. Let me show you. They go down the whole line. So they get about this big, which is, maybe a softball. And then they're starting to rot. You see this one and this one, they're rotting. And if I'm not, if I'm not careful, that one will rot too. Oh my goodness. So, and these two cabbages are ready to come out. So essentially most of this whole row is ready to come out. And then this pigweed or whatever, that's what I call it. I've got a cabbage or two I can probably pick right here. That's a stonehead cabbage. These are twister cauliflower. I have another dead-on cabbage right here. Those were dead-on cabbages back there. You see the kind of frosting on the leaves? So I was trying to ID that, and it's not like cold frost. It's a rot. So anyhow, it's fungus essentially from having gone through a very wet winter here in East Central Florida. So anyhow, that needs to come out. Looks like these peas are finally this week starting to turn, and they're done growing essentially, and I could replace them with more of the same peas, but instead I think we're going to go ahead and put our cucumbers on this trellis system right here. Once I get this row cleaned out and this row cleaned out, we're going to put in more cattle panels, and maybe even at one point, if I can catch the one from the house garden, we'll put a trellis right in here. So they won't be boom, boom, boom right next to each other like we did with the tomatoes last year or the year before. I think it was last year. Yep. In 2023. So, but we're going to do what we can to clean this out because there's a lot of good produce in here and I don't want to lose it. And then things just need to be weeded and cleaned up. At the same time though, ooh, the sun's starting to make it over the trees. I have a little, so I cleaned the beans out of North Garden, but I also have this going on here. I have all of these twister cauliflower that have just been sitting in here making huge roots, trying desperately to find somewhere to root in at. And I think we're going to put those where the beans are. Hopefully in this video, and if not, I'll do it off camera, but that has to happen ASAP. And yeah, we're doing good. I got to do something with all these geraniums. They're not seeming to get bigger, so that means they want to be up potted. Look at my little asparagus that I planted. Did I put a day on it? I didn't. But it was just what day was it? Was it the day we did this? This is the Alternanthera. But anyhow, so I started from seeds, and look, they're completely up. So cute. And a lot of my trays are not working because I'm questioning that soil, but some things like the Cosmos popped up right away, but then we had that heat nearly kill them. I don't know what's going on. A lot of cucumbers are sort of like the easiest thing besides a bean to grow. They're not popping up, but I did use a lot of old seed. I was testing old seed. So we have our answer. I don't think this is good, a lot of the seed. What is going great is the tomatoes. So the little cherry ones and the Mockley that I save, and this is the Salvador Select. So what else? One of those heirlooms over here. What is this one? Oh, Wychee. Okay, and then, oh, that cross. Oh, come on. Okay, the Black Beauty's in here, but it's slow. Okay, Black Beauty heirloom tomatoes. Great. Look at the Wychee, did really good. I'm shocked. I have zucchini that's like wanting to get a home soon. A little bit of spinach. It's kind of, we had some up-down weather, so some things germinated quickly and then some did not. I'm looking for, where are my peppers? Okay, so right here are my peppers. Hopefully soon they'll start popping up. Some things got you know, our old seed, like I think I didn't hold a lot of hope up for the cayenne here, or the Lola hybrid. The Marconi was old, but I was thinking the Cubanelle should have gone. Yeah, okay, so there's one. So maybe they're just starting to go. Sometimes they take a little bit longer in cooler soil. Then I have the Max Pack, which they're just starting to, some of them pop up. And then some lettuce again did pop up well, but some of it cooked. And let's see, the zinnias also had a little problem with cooking, but I have more of that seed. And I have stock. I did have salvia. They must have cooked too. They're gone. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna have to restart some seeds. That won't be on this video at all, but I am gonna restart. Oh, what I forgot about up here. Okay, I have that Lily Crenshaw melon. Some Kajari melons are coming up. Large cucumbers. I have California Wonder peppers. Let's see. That's it. But we're just now getting some nice warm days, so maybe that'll wake up these peppers, because they sure were not happy in that last cold snap. I mean, nothing's gonna, yeah, that's a warm weather crop, and they need warm weather, like 70 degrees and up, to germinate. But anyhow, I have to work on house garden in this video in order to get homes for this and the melons and the cucumbers. One more thing before I begin to pick all these heads out of this row. I have tried, it was about 3 years ago, I rotated brassicas in here again. I didn't have the cattle panel, so we had like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbages, and so forth. And I remember that I had a really hard time with them, and it was not a very successful year with the brassicas. But like last year, I know Twister did amazing in North Garden. So, you know, every garden around here has a slightly different, you know, soil. This garden just doesn't seem to appease the brassicas. And you think it would because it's nice sun, but they actually do better up there in the North Garden, beyond those gates up there. Well, y'all, this is all I got of that row of cauliflower. Sometimes you just got to cut your losses. Sometimes things don't work out like you want. I left one little stalk in there to continue developing, but I'm happy. Even I didn't plant that many dead-on cabbages, and the stoneheads came later, which is this variety. So they're still small and developing. We're going to leave those in, but we've already eaten one huge, like 4 3/4 pound dead-on cabbage, and here I am with, see if I can shade that out. I'm trying to shade. I have 3 more plus stoneheads. So, I mean, couldn't be happier with the cabbages for what little that I started in the fall. I wanted to show you one other thing. Look at these. I have Brussels sprouts from all that rain we had. Not on every one of them. Let me show you this. Like this one has minimal right there. I have one of them in here that's got like next to nothing right there. And then I have another one just loaded. So anyhow, it's not near time to pull the Brussels. It's not supposed to be. I usually pick them closer to April 1st, somewhere in there. And usually I need the garden space. But since these are growing really well, we're just going to go ahead and leave them. And then I have some collards in here. Should have about 6 collard plants. And we'll just leave those in there. I did a boo-boo. I picked a bunch of collards about a month ago, and I left them in the fridge for 2-3 weeks. I never did find the time to boil, blanch, and then freeze them up. And I certainly didn't have time to make them into dinner. And oh my goodness, I let them rot, and I feel real bad about that. But occasionally that happens. Very rarely, but occasionally it does happen. All right, so let me get this produce in the house and the leaves to the chickens, and then I'll come out here. I'm not sure. I may just throw the tiller to this. Like, there's some sweet potato vines, so I'll pull them to the side and then probably just get the tiller in here because I'm still mending a little bit of a sore back. Yeah, that's right. Sore back from the pineapples. And so it's been a little tough recovery. I'm not sure. I don't think I hurt my eyes, but I definitely had a bit of dizziness that day and the next day. Just in the afternoon, I was like fine in the morning and at night. So that could also be, you know, I'm changing over my dietary things, so maybe that happened. I don't know. So anyhow, let me get these things done and I'll come back with another time lapse of me cleaning up this bed. One thing real quickly, as I'm pulling off the outer leaves of the cabbages, I've come across 2 cabbage worms. So, ugh, but they were going to start damaging my cabbages if I left them any longer. So I'm glad I got what I got. All right, this is what was going between the rows. So it's just made a concoction, okay? I'm just throwing things together like I'm making a gumbo. So it's 10-10-10, blood meal, bone meal, lots of lime, a little Epsom salt, and I think that's it. Actually, I should throw like a handful of azamites in there, shouldn't I? So everything charges and starts holding charges. Ugh. I don't know. I'm making a brew. Who knows? I'm just going to put it down below my tomatoes. All right, well, both cattle panels are in. They came out of the north garden and they're now officially in Salsa garden. And so I guess I accomplished my goals for today. I'm nowhere not done with this project, but the weeds were got. Well, the vegetables were picked, the weeds were got, the soil's been amended, and I did teeter in my brain back and forth just a little bit last night going, do I want to go haul in more mushroom compost? But I really don't. I'm pretty certain I did this garden in the fall, so that's only 6 months ago. So I just, you know, did a little amending with what I showed you. And then the panels are up, at least the first zip tie. I've got to put the rest of the zip ties in. I usually do one at the top and one at the bottom, and then 2 in the middle post and 2 in the back post, and so forth. Same with over here. I am kind of like doing an alternating pattern that might come to bite me in the end, but what else am I going to do? The collards are going to be growing pretty much all summer until the super heat. And then the Brussels still got like 2 or 3 months left. These cabbages got to finish out. So, and the celery will probably stay right up until August. These peas will come out, but we'll replace them quickly with, did I say cucumber or melon? One of those two for that one way over there. But, you know, when that sun comes out, it is cooking me. And it's right at lunchtime, so I'm going to stop. I've got guests coming today, 2 little guests. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to go in, call this done, pick up my mess, and then call it done for today. Tomorrow, probably can't do anything. But if I do anything, it'll be working on those 2 rows in house garden and getting that twister cauliflower up. Oh, speaking of twister cauliflower, some of these were snowball cauliflower intermixed with the twister, so I don't know which heads were which now, but I found the tags when I was tilling. Well, it always feels good to start getting the spring garden set up. So you guys, thanks for watching. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.